Raspberry Pis are used in a number of different electronic projects, retro gaming machines, educational desktops, and the list goes on. Hi, my name is Amy Vishwanatha and welcome to Techie Housewife. The reason Raspberry Pis are so popular is because they are very cheap, easily accessible, and very powerful. So Pis are usually sold in these forms and are ready to be used in your projects. We have a few Raspberry Pis in our house. Here we have the first gen. Then we have Pi Zero. You see the difference in sizes there. Pi Zeros are really capable and they are very cheap. And then we have the Pi Zero Ws. My husband has actually used the Pi Zeros to make 3D printed NES mini systems, and they turned out great. They also make great gifts for anyone who loves the old consoles. We do have some Pi 3s, but they're in use somewhere in the house, so I can't show you. But what I will show you, and what I have to unbox for you, is the Raspberry Pi 400. But what I do have that I can show you and I'm going to unbox for you is the Raspberry Pi 400. And I'm kind of excited about this. So let's get to it. And here we go. The box is pretty cool looking. Whoops, I just ripped it. So personal computer kit. Then on the back, it shows us here some features, which I will put up on the screen. And it shows us what the box contains as well. Raspberry Pi 400 computer, USB mouse, which is pretty cool. Power supply, SD card, HDMI cable, and beginner's guide. So it looks like we're gonna have everything we need right in the box. Shall we? Okay, maybe I won't need my knife today. Looks like I won't. Oh, look at that. Pretty cool looking, isn't it? It's so small. Looks really cool. You get a good look at that. Oh, I like the feel of it. Isn't it cool when you take something out of the box and it's all fresh? So while I have it here, let's just take a look at this. This is where the I/O pins are. Just open that and show you. This is to hook up all your electronic components if needed. Then we have the micro SD card. 16 gig. And these are pretty cool here. These are actually dual micro HDMI. So it has the ability to use two displays. That is super cool for something like this. Then we have USB-C, which is the power cable. And we have two USB 3s, one USB 2, and the LAN slot there. So. And I believe this has a Bluetooth 5.0 and wireless LAN capabilities. I like this texture actually. It's really hard to describe. It's not smooth and silky. It's kind of a matte feel, I guess you might call it. I'm not sure really how to describe that. But I love the look and I love the colors on here. I think it just generally looks like a really cool device. I love the color. Let's see what else is in the box here. Let's see what we have in here. Okay. This is the USB-C power supply. The official mouse for the Raspberry Pi. Here is our microSD adapter. And wow, look at this guide. This is crazy. It also does come with the micro HDMI cable, which is really nice. So it comes with the official Raspberry Pi beginner's guide. This is really cool. I think that's a great idea. Let's just kind of take a look. Okay, it looks like it really breaks things down pretty good for you in here. And I love it when somebody gives a manual like this. This is my type of thing. Once more, let's just show you. We have the guide, we have the Pi keyboard, we have the mouse, micro SD adapter, the actual USB-C power supply, and the micro HDMI cable. That is what comes in the box. Now let's just take 1 second and compare the Pi 400 to the other Pis. So this is what the Pi 0 and the 0W look like. And then this top portion right here is the actual first gen. So we see just a tad bit of a difference, right? So when these were first released, they were very hard to get, but now Micro Center seems to have a steady stock of them. So we were able to pick one up, which was great. So all I need is a monitor and I should be good to go. Let's go see how that works. It was a pretty easy setup. You'll notice that I used the Ltain portable monitor that my hubby surprised me with. It was great for this type of setup. I'll put the link in the description below so you can look at all its specs. And the Pi 400 took right to it, no problem. So once I powered it on, I had to go through the basic setup of language, time zone, network, keyboard. After all the basics were set up, I restarted it and then I started browsing. I visited a normal site and then I decided to try out YouTube to see how it would play videos. It switched sites pretty quick and it did take a couple of extra seconds to fully load the thumbnails on YouTube. When it brought up the video I selected, I did need to do a reload, but it did play in 4K without too much of a hesitation. I got my hands on the RG351B, and I'm super excited to unbox it. After I played the video, I decided to play a game and see how it looked and how easy it would load and play. I was not disappointed. I picked a game called Cavern and it loaded straight away and I was able to play immediately. It did not struggle at all and the game was fun to play. When I was finished with the game, I wanted to take a closer look at the menu to see what else was available. There was programming, educational, office, and more. I decided to get into LibreOffice and I tried their version of Word and just typed a little bit to see how it was. I enjoyed typing on a keyboard, which was surprising as it's so small. Raspberry Pi did a great job on the quality of the keyboard, well, at least in my opinion. Once I finished the normal formalities of exploring, I decided I wanted to try something else. Any ideas what that might be? I had installed Batocera on a micro SD card and replaced the existing card with that. Then I waited for the magic to happen. Batocera is a Linux-based operating system with an emulation front end built in. We transferred some games via network so we could see how it plays. So one thing I will mention, there is no power button on the Pi 400. I ended up having to remove the power cable and then plugging it back in to power it on. Once it finished loading, I was ready to play. It looked so cool with the small monitor combined with the theme of the system. I used the keyboard as my controller for the first games. They looked sharp, vibrant, and Pi did not struggle to play the games at all. It was pretty smooth. Even Pi Zero plays games well, and this is way more powerful than that. It should pretty much handle anything that we can throw at it. So next, I decided to hook up the 8BitDo SN30 Pro controller, which is one of the best third-party controllers out there. It's emulated N64 games without any issues. So all in all, Pi 400 is an awesome device, and I was quite impressed with it. It's a great computer for you or your kids to use as a project computer or even a retro gaming device. It's even a capable desktop with a very small footprint, and that's always helpful, right? So that is all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Please share this video with your friends so they can enjoy as well. And as always, have a game-tastic day.